All right, let's call the Executive and Finance Committee meeting to order for February 27th, 2025. Councilman Poindexter, can you do the invocation, please?
Skionetana, Ogidot Galandihe, Alashkuskis Taliskajista Gawi, Ijali Alija, Oi, Nagati Janiskadai, Well, don't, Father, for everything you've done for us and continue to lead us in the right direction. And I pray that you can give us the mind of Christ, that we may keep our people first, Lord, that we may always continue pursuing the betterment of Cherokee Nation, Lord, in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen. All right, thank you, Cody. Shelley, can you do the roll call, please?
Absolutely. Joshua Sam,
Here.
Kevin Easley, Sasha Black Fox Qualls, Danny Callison, Julia Coates, Joe Deere, Mike Dobbins, Lisa Hall, Johnny Kidwell, Daryl Legg, Kendra McGady, Dora Petzkowski, Cody Poindexter,
Honey?
Mike Shambaugh, Milvina Shotpouch, E.O. Smith, Condessa Teehee. We have a quorum.
All right, thank you, Shelley. If everyone's had a chance to look over the minutes from the January 30th, 2025 regular session, take a motion.
Second.
I got a motion and a second. All in favor? Aye. Any opposition? All right, let's go ahead and jump into reports with Cherokee Nation businesses. We have CEO, Mr. Chuck Garrett.
Thank you very much. Always a pleasure to be here with you all and report on your businesses. Got the January financial statements out and around, and you all have received copies of them. And basically, to summarize just the financial performance, and we're a little off on the top line, but made it up on the bottom line for the most part. I think, you know, our time together, I wanted to spend a little time about what I'm seeing in each of the businesses. And I mentioned a little bit of this when I was addressing you at the Tribal Council meeting the other evening, but the gaming business, we're seeing it's softening right now across our portfolio. It's not any one particular property. We think a couple of things in February and in January, but more giving you a current snapshot. In February, we start to see tax refunds coming in, and that greatly influences this time of year. With the IRS and some of the layoffs and some of the federal agency confusion and disruption, we're not seeing those refunds getting to our guests quite as early as we have in the past. So that, believe it or not, has a direct impact, and so that's something that we expect to sort of correct itself over time as the IRS stabilizes. But with the layoffs, you know, the cutbacks, the disruption, we don't know when that'll be. So we'll keep an eye on that. I had a meeting this morning with the #1 manufacturer of e-games, Aristocrat. They're an Australian-based company that is a market leader, especially in Oklahoma. They do Class 2, Class 3 games. And was talking to their leadership team and really trying to understand better what they're seeing across the industry, across the nation, actually across the globe, because they're a global company. And some of the publicly traded companies in Vegas are reporting out right now, kind of this next week or two. And what we're seeing is they're off about 5% as well. So you have two things, I think, going on locally. You have, one, consumer confidence in general. That's a very leading indicator of how much of the gaming industry in general. You know, how confident do people feel about the economy, their job, inflation, all those things when they're evaluating how much they can afford to spend for entertainment. And so that's certainly impacting our business across the portfolio. Quick update, I was in Little Rock yesterday, meeting with our lobbying team, some legislators, our legal team, preparing for the end of the month. We'll have a bench trial at the Eastern District of Arkansas, a 3-day bench trial that I think we're very prepared for. Our lawyers seem very ready, and meeting also with the legislative team, the legislative caucus from Pope County, all of whom have been supportive at various times, some more than others, but still, I mean, I think over time we've earned their respect and trust, and I think they see the positive economic impact that we could have there. But nonetheless, fighting that fight, continuing that effort. So that's really the gaming side of our business. In terms of federal contracting, again, as a portfolio, their companies are performing well. Not breaking records, but very, very solid performance, comparable to last year, comparable to budget. But it's a very unique time. Our agencies, which are in effect our customers, are largely disrupted. Their leadership is uncertain about their employee base, the priorities of the administration. So it'll reveal itself over time, and it'll stabilize, and we'll understand better what the priorities of the administration is. And the dollars follow those priorities. That's just the way it works. And so as we learn more about that, as contracting officers feel more confident about making decisions, then we will be in the right spot at the right time. We're continuing to be in front of the customer, talking to them about what we can expect, or what they expect will be coming down the pipeline. We've received really very few stop work orders, which is, so those contracts we have previously won and we're executing on now. What you worry about in this sort of turnover is you get a notice from the federal government saying, hey, put your pencils down, don't want you to continue work. Because we've budgeted for that. We have, we're not just budgeted financially, but from a workforce perspective, we've planned for this work. So we have not really experienced, heavy stop loss or stop work orders. But what we're not seeing is a steady flow of contracts coming out. So this is the time of year where we'll be working with contracting officers, trying to identify issues, prepare solutions for them, and we're just not seeing that workload right now. So what does that mean? I think, that will, again, I think that'll correct itself over time. It may, in fact, be quite positive for us, because a lot of our work is based on and focused on creating efficiencies, bringing innovation into bureaucracy. So that sort of sounds, like some of the objectives that we're hearing from the administration and others. But we'll have to see. The third, fourth quarter has me concerned just because, the uncertainty, and we'll be managing the heck out of it. Because there's two pieces of the equation. You got the top line, you got the bottom line, and there's those expenses in the meantime. So we'll be prudent about that, and of course keep you apprised of what's going on there. I think a bigger lesson, though, and a bigger takeaway is thank goodness for diversification. We've got really a business that is enjoying the benefits of having two businesses that are somewhat countercyclical. You've got economic influences that are different on each of the businesses. You've got, individual consumer on the gaming. You've got federal consumer on the federal contracting. They both can go down at the same time, but it's less likely. If we had all our eggs in one basket, then we're at the whim of some sort of factor that we don't control. But I think that the bigger lesson there is to continue that diversification. We've got to continue to do that, and that it requires investment. That requires us to be willing to go into industries that we don't currently work in. That's usually done through an acquisition of some sort, because to build a business takes years, to buy a business takes months, and when you're talking about a new industry, you're not really building on expertise. Like if we were to buy something in the gaming world or federal contracting world, we're building on our own expertise at this point. If we were to go into yet a third industry, that really, you need to buy that expertise, and then you build on top of that. So we've been working for 3 years now on identifying what industries that we feel good about in general, about what we see as strong tailwinds, and also what economic and competitive advantages we have. And so we're working hard on that. You don't necessarily see results yet, but be assured that that's a primary focus of ours. Just real quickly, I like to do this in our E&F meetings just to bring you up to speed on our workforce. As of the time of this report a few days ago, 9,560 jobs at C&B. Just slightly over 61% of those jobs where we can legally exert preference. 61% of those are Cherokee jobs. Another 6%, or a total of 67.5%, are Native jobs. So trying to continue to satisfy that part of our mission. And that, I'll answer any questions.
All right, do we have any questions for Mr. Garrett? Nope, Cody?
Not a question, just can you hang around afterwards?
Yeah.
I got something I want to run by you.
All right, you got it. Be happy to do that, of course.
Any other questions? All right, great report. Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you all.
All right, let's move on down with the treasurer report with Treasurer Janice Taylor.
Good afternoon, Council. It's good to be back with you all again. The Office of Financial Resources is busy as always. You have my report. I will take any questions from it.
All right, do we have any questions for Treasurer? No, Speaker?
It's not a question, it's just another comment, and I probably already congratulated you, but again, no discrepancies in your audit, correct?
Well, our audit is not done yet. We did get an award for, I think it was the budget was the
No,
last
yes,
one, or it
that's
may
what I
have
was
been the
talking
PAFR. It's hard to keep up. By the next time we meet, the end of March, we will be very close to wrapping up our FY24 audit. And of course, I don't expect any surprises in it. I mean, that team over there is just doing a great job and always rises to the challenge, no matter how challenging it is. So,
Well, we appreciate your work.
thank you.
All right, any other
Okay.
questions?
I'm sure you all saw the donations on the agenda items. Those counselors who have come to the warehouse or contacted the warehouse to donate office items and that sort of thing, we appreciate that. We have a plethora of those items, and so I appreciate you all helping get those to somebody that can use them when Cherokee Nation is done with them. So thank you for that.
All right, thank you. All right, moving on down, Career Services with Miss Diane Kelly.
My report in front of you, we spotlighted of this time. And she's on the cover, and then there's a good write-up about her in the back. We also reported on all of the economic development, workforce development programs. There was an event down in Salisaw that the chief and the deputy was very instrumental, along with our council members, Councilman Scott and Councilman Legg, the Veterans Center there. And they had a good turnout. Had lunch with George Borman yesterday, and George said that they couldn't do anything down in Sequoia County unless they made sure that Cherokee Nation was at the table. So he paid us a very big compliment, and several of us couldn't make it because of the snow. I didn't even get out of my holler until 2:30 Friday. So anyway, we have been real busy. George Roach is getting ready to start the Summer Youth Employment Program during the month of March, and his staff, along with all the other counselors, will be taking applications. We're still working on the Everrise building for Taro and our Adult Learning Center and some of our support staff. We don't have it ready to go yet, so we're still working on it. We are having graduation for our fiber tech and our buildings trades and our business tech tomorrow at the new training center. So I know that this is the time of the year when spring break happens, and George has got an event coming up for our TANF students. And I believe it was you, Councilman Callison, you asked about it. It's going to be in the Catoosa office. I think it's going to be there in the gym, and it'll be during spring break. So we expect a good turnout. The events that he's been having have been really good. He kind of moves them around from different locations. So do y'all have any questions of me?
All right, do we have, Danny?
Yes, Ms. Kelly, will you send something to Gail where we can, is it okay to post that you all are going to
Yeah,
have
I
that in that
believe
area?
George has a flyer that Coms did for him, and I believe he can get that. I'll have him give it to Gail so she can get it out to you all. You're welcome.
All right, any other questions for, EO?
I hate you missed the other day down at Southall, but it was one awesome day. I mean, Darrell was, you go in that building, you get blown away. It's so beautiful down there, and it's going to be so great for those veterans, and you'll have to come down and look at it. And anybody needs to go look at that. It's going to be great for the veterans, and it's going to blow up Salisaw to unreal.
Well, I will say,
Thank you.
and I'm saying this because of Councilman Dobbins, because he said, did you all know Muskogee was trying for that? And I said, well, Salisaw reached out to us real early, and we were working with them for months. And then when you told us that Muskogee was in the running, Muskogee never reached out to us. So that's why we really tried to help Sequoia County, because they reached out to us early on. And it's beautiful. You need to go down and see it. It really is. It's state of the art.
Melvana?
Diane, I'm glad you have Mackenzie's picture on here. She not only in the ag stuff, but she makes jewelry.
She does.
She makes turquoise jewelry and stuff, and she's quite a, because one of my
Well,
granddaughter.
Anna Knight made this for me.
Oh.
It's a treasure. Yeah, I'm gonna put her name on the bottom of it. So when I can't remember anything and I've got dementia, I'll know who made it for me.
All right, any other questions? All right, great report, thank you.
Thank you very much.
All right, let's move on down with the Commerce Department with Miss Anna Knight.
Good afternoon. You have a copy of my report, and I'm happy to answer any questions. We're in the middle of tax season, and it's keeping us pretty busy. So if we continue on with the trend that we have now, we'll probably do close to 3,000 tax returns this year. Usually we do over 2,000, but there seems to be a lot more activity this year. So it saves people a lot of money.
Oh, yeah.
I'm happy to answer any questions.
All right, any questions for Anna? Danny?
I don't have a question, but I just want to thank you for every time that I call, and I have no idea sometimes what they're asking, but I can get them to you, and they always reply back to me that they're happy, and you guys do a good job with them, so thank you very much for
Well,
always
thank you.
taking care of us.
Thank you. Yeah, working here 32 years, I've learned a little bit about all the programs, so yes. And most of the time, it's not me, it's sending them somewhere else, but yes. Thank you.
EO?
You think you'll have to, with all this record turnout, as it gets closer, to add more days to Are they full? They're full, aren't they? Most of them?
They're pretty full, and no, we don't have the capacity to add any more days. We're just doing them faster. We're just trying to do them faster, because the Commerce Department does it we use the Bridges staff and our loan staff to do it, so we don't have a lot of preparers, so we wouldn't be able to add any more days, but if it increases a lot this year, then we'll reach out to Diane, oh, she's already left, Diane and Jennifer again about helping us with the returns, but this year, we'll be stuck with what we have. Oh, there she is.
All right, any other questions? All right, great report, thank you.
And we always do walk-ins in Tahlequah on Wednesdays and Thursdays. I hate to ask people to drive all the way here. We do appointments in all the other communities, but in Tahlequah, if someone needs us, they can still walk in on a Wednesday or Thursday, and we're at the health clinic. Okay, thank you.
All right, let's move on down. Consent items. Has everyone had a chance to review the consent items? Have any questions for Jody or any concerns on those? You got anything, Jody?
I'm just going to add that your law enforcement money is on your reports, and your roads money's on there. It won't be available until after the March council meeting when those budgets are passed, but we put the amounts on there so you'll know how much you have.
All right. Any questions for Jody? All right, thank you, Jody. All right, moving on down. Old business, none pending. Let's jump into new business. Oh, Cody?
Mr. Chair, I'd like to make a motion to amend the agenda to add comprehensive capital budget for fiscal year 2025-Mod 3 to be included.
All right, got a motion. Do I got a second? All right, motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? All right, that's added to the agenda. Let's go ahead and jump into number one there. Cody, can you take that first one for us?
This is a resolution authorizing the Cherokee Nation Warehouse to donate surplus items to Marietta Public School, and I'll put that in the form of a motion.
All right, I have a motion and a second. All in favor? Aye. Any opposition? Motion passes. Number two, Councilman Easley, can you take that one?
Yes, sir. It's a resolution authorizing the Cherokee Nation Warehouse to donate a vehicle to Will Rogers Downs. I put that in the form of a motion.
All right, I have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? Motion passes. Number three, Dora, can you take that one, please?
A resolution authorizing the Cherokee Nation Warehouse to donate surplus items to the Life Mission Foundation and
All right, got a motion and a second. All in favor? Aye. Any opposition? All right, motion passes. Number four, and this will be on your desk as operating Mod 6A, substitute paper on the desk. Let's see, Johnny, can you take that one for us? Yep, the one on the desk. 6A.
Oh, the big one over here. I got you. Yes, Chair, I'd be happy to. This is an act amending Legislative Act 34-24, authorizing the comprehensive operating budget for fiscal year 2025, Mod 6A, and declaring an emergency. I move for its approval.
I got a motion and a second. Jody, you have something to say? All right. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? All right, motion passes. All right, Cody, can you take that last one for us?
All right, is that this one on the desk?
Yes, yeah,
Okay.
capital Mod 3.
An act amending Legislative Act number 33-24, authorizing the comprehensive capital budget for fiscal year 2025-Mod 3 and declaring an emergency, and I put that in form of a motion.
All right, got a motion and a second. Do we have any discussion on this one? All right, all in favor? Aye. Any opposition? All right, motion passes. Announcements, next meeting is tentatively scheduled for Thursday, March 27th at 3 p.m. Do we have any other announcements? Sure. Joe?
I just want to send out prayers. Some of you guys, NSU Athletic Director Gil Cloud, when he was back in the early 80s, 90s, and was Tulsa Athletic Director, passed away recently in the last couple of days, so just remember his family. So he's been around Cherokee people, NSU, and everywhere forever, was a good man. So just put that out there. Thank you.
Lisa?
Just want to invite everyone tomorrow night at Keys Elementary Cafeteria. The Keys Cherokee Organization will host their first meeting. They'll serve dinner, and we'll also have a town hall meeting. So just want to invite everybody.
All right, speaker?
Just remind everybody, we have a signing ceremony, Public Health and Wellness Partners Program, just down the hall by Career Services.
All right, any other announcements? All right, we need one more motion. Motion and second. We're adjourned.